All right, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, I should say. Welcome to the George Howard Building here in Ellicott City. My name is Felix Fasheen, and I serve as Deputy Chief of Staff to County Executive Ball, and we're thrilled to welcome you today for this important budget announcement. This evening, County Executive Ball will unveil his final capital and operating budget as Howard County Executive. Ahead of that release, the County Executive will share key details on our plans for education funding in the year ahead. Now, to kick off our program, please join me in welcoming County Executive Calvin Ball.
Thank you so much, Felix, for that very warm introduction and all of your work throughout these years, particularly on the budget. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today. Just a few weeks ago, we stood together at Oakland Mills Middle School, and I talked about something I believe in deeply: the fact that our schools go beyond just being places of learning. They are anchors of stability, places of possibility. They are where children discover who they are, where their friendships are formed, and where their future begins. And for parents, they are places of trust. I was thrilled to announce that despite real fiscal pressures and unprecedented uncertainty at the state and federal levels, in my proposed capital budget, I will fully fund the Board of Education's FY 2027 budget at 100% of what was requested for the 5th year in a row. This is important because safe classrooms, modern buildings, and expanded school capacity are the foundation students and educators need and deserve. Our total investment in school construction this year will exceed $116 million, with county funding at $98.6 million, representing the highest local capital investment in more than 25 years. That is generational investment in the physical spaces where learning happens, but we also know something equally important. Buildings alone don't make great schools. People do. The educator who stays up late to help a struggling student, the paraeducator who makes sure every student feels seen, the reading specialist who helps a student find confidence, the custodian who opens the building before sunrise and keeps it running long after the bell rings. These public servants are the heartbeat of our Howard County public school system. They are the reasons why families choose Howard County, why businesses invest here, and why our students continue to break those glass ceilings. And today we're here to make sure that every single day, in every single building, our students and educators have what they need to succeed. Today, I will present my FY 2027 proposed operating budget for public education. We entered this budget season following a year of significant operating support for FY 26, but also a year that had its challenges. Last year, we provided a record $53.5 million increase to our school system, the highest in county history. However, that increased funding included $14.5 million of one-time funds that need to be backfilled with recurring county revenue this year. Additionally, due to declining enrollment, the state aid to our school system was mitigated, and the mandated county maintenance of effort funding for our school system decreased by approximately $3.8 million this year, meaning there are even greater local funding pressures on our school system. Earlier this year, our Board of Education submitted a local funding request of $877.2 million, a 7.8% increase of approximately $63.2 million in recurring revenue for the county. In a tough budget year, we knew that this was a substantial ask. Yet we also know the needs of our school system and our students are great, as is our priority of public education. This year, I will be proposing $871.5 million in direct recurring county funding to our school system. That's an increase of $57 million, or 7% above last year. Our proposed county funding of $871.5 million meets 99.3% of the Board of Education request. This investment represents the largest annual increase in county funding for our schools in Howard County history. And it exceeds the state-mandated maintenance of effort threshold by more than $60 million. And in close collaboration with Superintendent Barnes, Chair Mallow, Vice Chair Ricks, and the rest of our Board of Education, our school system will work to cover the remaining 0.7% or $6.2 million through strategic use of fund balance and internal savings. That means working together with our school system, our Board of Education. In my proposed budget to the County Council, we will be able to fully fund every commitment in the school system budget this year without compromise and without cuts. Importantly, this funding plan supports the FY27 budget with less reliance on one-time funds to support ongoing costs. Furthermore, it replaces $14.5 million in one-time county funds provided in the FY26 budget with recurring stable funding. Combined with the state and federal funds, the total school system budget for FY27 reaches a historic $1.3 billion. Our budget fully meets the Board of Education's priorities. Our budget puts Howard County students and educators first. Our budget demonstrates our unwavering belief that public education is the single greatest investment we can make in our future. When I took office in December of 2018 as your county executive, I made a promise to increase funding for our schools, not as a talking point, but as a central governing principle. Not just as campaign rhetoric, but as a commitment to every family who calls Howard County home. And for me, that commitment is deeply personal. Before serving in this role, I was an educator. I understand the power of a great teacher, the importance and the impact of a supportive classroom, and how one person believing in a student can change the trajectory of their lives. And as a father, I know the responsibility even more deeply. My wife and I had the privilege of watching both of our daughters graduate from our Howard County public school systems. So when I talk about investing in our schools, I'm not just speaking from a distance. I'm speaking as someone who has stood in those hallways, sat in those auditoriums, and trusted this system with the people who I love the most. Because when parents choose Howard County, they're often choosing our schools. When businesses invest here, they are investing in the strength of our education system. And when we invest in our schools, we are investing in the future workforce, leadership, and heart of our entire community. And during the last 8 years, we've honored that promise. Since FY19, we have increased county support for our school system by more than $280 million, growing our investment by nearly 50%. With continued declines in school system enrollment, our local per pupil investment will grow to more than $15,700 per student this year. That equates to more than 1,000 more per student over last year, and an increase of 7.5%. This is an investment in opportunity, in stability, in a student getting what they need to succeed. And that is nowhere more evident than in special education. Our FY27 budget will provide $207 million in special education funding, an increase of approximately 90% since I became county executive. Families across Howard County have advocated year after year to make sure their children's needs are met. Parents who have sat in IEP meetings, advocated to elected officials, and asked their school system to invest more in special education. I see you. I hear you. And I remain committed to meeting the needs of every learner because every child deserves to be supported, challenged, and believed in. And while special education is one of the major priorities of this budget, our FY27 investment strengthens our school system in other important ways. This budget creates 64 new special education positions, continuing our effort to ensure every student has the support needed to that they can access it. This budget funds 25 new positions to expand full-day pre-K even further, because we know that the foundation we build for our children in their earliest years shapes everything that follows. This budget adds 4 new teachers in the Career and Technical Education Center, which will reduce student wait lists following our investment of $14 million to expand the Applications and Research Laboratory. And this budget creates new positions to support multilingual learners, supporting students of all backgrounds, and fully funds the negotiated salary agreements for our educators, honoring the commitments made to the dedicated professionals who show up for our children each and every day. Now, when I took office, Howard County's starting teacher salary was $47,800 after just rising $2,000 or 5% during the previous 4 years. In my proposed budget, starting teacher salaries rise to nearly $63,000. And while we still have work to do, that is an increase of more than 31% since FY19, growing by $15,000 during that period. It exceeds the benchmarks set in the blueprint for Maryland's future at a time when some in Maryland haven't even reached the original benchmark and positions Howard County as one of the most competitive jurisdictions in the state for recruiting and retaining talented educators. This matters. This matters because great schools begin with great educators. Beyond direct funding to our school system, this budget also reflects our broader commitment to the long-term health and sustainability of our school system. We're going to invest $50.1 million in debt service payments for school infrastructure projects, $8.2 million to retiree health benefits for our school system employees, $4.1 million in supports to the Blueprint's private pre-K local match, extending our reach to the youngest learners in our community, $2.6 million to address educator pension costs shifted to the county from the state, a cost we have absorbed without reducing our commitment to the school system, and $300 to continue our successful, groundbreaking student loan repayment program for our educators. These investments reflect our values. They reflect what we choose to prioritize. They reflect who we are as a county. I'm deeply grateful for the thoughtful leadership of Superintendent Barnes, Chair Mallow, Vice Chair Ricks, and the entire Board of Education for the collaborative spirit with which we have approached this budget process. And I'm especially grateful to our educators, school staff, parents, and students across Howard County who have shared their needs and who make us proud every day. Education has always been a great promise of Howard County. It is why families come here. It's why businesses grow here. It is the thread that connects our past to our future. Our FY27 operating budget is our answer to that promise. It is our statement that even in uncertain times, we will not waver in our commitment to our children. We will not back away from investing in their success, and we will not stop building a future worthy of their potential. Because when we invest in public education, we are not simply funding schools. We're shaping lives. We're shaping the future. And there is no greater responsibility than that. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive Ball. Before we continue our program, I'd like to recognize the elected officials and dignitaries who have joined us today. We are joined by HCPSS Superintendent Bill Barnes. Thank you. Board of Education Chair Jen Mallow. Board of Education Vice Chair Meg Ricks. Board of Education Member Dr. Linfen Chen. Board of Education Member Jolene Mosley. And we have Mary Laturi on behalf of Councilmember Liz Walsh. Thank you all for being here. Next, we'll hear from an education leader who has led HCPSS with thoughtfulness, compassion, and a deep sense of collaboration. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent Bill Barnes.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. So good to be here. It's a great day for the students, educators, families of the Howard County Public School System. I want to thank the Board of Education members that are present today. I want to thank my staff for being here. I certainly want to thank our incredible county executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, and his team, Angela Cabela and Brandy Gans, Dr. Holly Sun, who've worked with us step by step now for our third operating budget season, asking all of the right questions and making sure the work gets done on behalf of our students, staff, and community. Thank you so very much for the partnership. Our school system strategic plan reminds us that together we will be great. Together includes, of course, our students, staff, our families, and our Board of Education, but it also includes the county executive, the county council, state leaders, and partners from the Maryland State Department of Education. Today is a powerful example of what is possible when we work together. This significant and record investment in education by County Executive Calvin Ball provides a clear path forward, allowing me to recommend with great confidence a solution to the Board of Education that leverages updated projections and available unassigned fund balance to close the remaining budget gap, achieving a balanced budget while honoring each and every one of the board's priorities and our shared strategic investments. My recommended scenario will support all fully restored positions advanced in the Board of Education's proposed budget, including high school science paraeducators, media paraeducators, and high school media specialists. The county executive's proposed allocation to our school system allows staff in collaboration with the Board of Education to align our students' needs to the realities of the changing world they will soon inherit. The proposed allocation also supports the board's significant investments in special education and supports the multilingual learners, two rapidly growing areas of need. And it demonstrates an investment in our people, because high quality instruction, high quality support and service ultimately come from high quality professionals in each division of the entire school system. Each of these critical investments, so many more, are now possible with this budget proposal. As a partner to the school system, Dr. Ball understands, as you heard, and appreciates how education in Howard County has evolved. The needs of our students have evolved and changed. Their needs, their aspirations, career pathways, and tools to support learning have all changed, and yet the fundamental structures of our school system have remained unchanged for so very long. But it's a new day, and more is possible. And it requires this type of investment, which will enable us to evolve. I look forward to the weeks ahead, engaging with our incredibly hardworking and dedicated Board of Education and County Council to make this budget season a little different, than the ones in recent past. A season that advances our work to support students, staff, and community, and one that also enables us to focus on finishing up and celebrating the school year on a high note instead of one filled with anxiety, concern, and questions. Since the beginning of my tenure, I've said repeatedly that I am leading a school system that is in pursuit of greatness, that we can claim greatness only when each and every one of our students is experiencing great outcomes. And while we are not yet great, we are certainly a school system that is grateful. And we are one step closer to the realization for each and every student that they will indeed experience great outcomes. Dr. Ball, on behalf of the students, educators, and families and Board of Education of Howard County, I want to extend my sincere appreciation for your continued commitment to public education. You have consistently been a strong partner and advocate, and today's announcement, coupled with the recent proposed capital investments you've made in our schools, reflects not only that support in words, but also in determined action. For all these reasons, today is truly a great day for the Howard County Public School System and a great day for Howard County at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Barnes. Next, we'll hear from a partner on the Board of Education who's been a long-standing champion for our schools and our students. Please join me in welcoming Board of Education Chair Jen Mallow.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Education, thank you to County Executive Ball for committing to fund 99.3% of the Board of Education's operating budget request. Simply put, yowza, this is fantastic. It's an investment in Howard County students, educators, and families. This support truly matters, and we do not take it for granted. Each year, our community's feedback is clear. Funding our schools is critically important because of strong public schools being the backbone of Howard County. Today's announcement reaffirms that shared commitment. While work begins and remains in the budget process to finalize all of the details, this funding allocation provides stability while protecting essential programs, strengthening support for multilingual learners, students who receive special education, expanding pre-K, investing in our educators and staff, to whom we want to pay fair and meaningful wages. As Mr. Barnes has said, we have been given a clear path forward. Finally, I want to recognize my colleagues for their time, effort, and dedication as we brought our budget request forward. They have been steadfast in this mission, the mission to improve education outcomes for students. That's what it's all about. Once again, thank you to County Executive Ball for the funding you are proposing. Together, we can and will make a difference.
Thank you, Chair Mallow, and thank you all for joining us for this important announcement. We invite you to tune in at 6 p.m. this evening as the County Executive presents his full FY27 operating budget for Howard County. With that, this concludes our press conference. Thank you.